So in our practice session, we started out with a commentary to pe, P-H-A, sometimes backwards, T, pet. So importance of the syllable pe and the recitation of pe, and also usage of pe. I just started talking about, and quite a deep meaning and also very practical. So I just want to continue a little bit. I already covered 2 parts. So I just gonna briefly mention that part, but I just want to move on. So this is based on the Padampa Sangye's text. One text he composed is devoted to explaining this pair. We talked about, as for the 3 objects of generating the pair, then we talked about if there is attachment and clinging generated toward the external object, then say pair. That's the number 1 of the first point. If there are delusions generated in the mind which grasp internally, in this case internally, then say pair. That's the second. And third is the meditation. In thinking and agitation, in meditation, on the secret level, say pair. So that one we practice in a previous session. Then also we covered another one as for the 3 non-definiteness of cutting. So there is no definiteness. So that is with respect to the time. Nothing is definite. One can say pair. So we are kind of caught by this definite time. Have to be this way or that way, and then say pair. Regarding the place, we solidify the place, and we want to be certain place. We want to have a security and cling on to that. Then say that nothing is definite. Say pair. That's the second. And as for the friends, nothing is definite. Say pair. So friends, partners, wives, and husbands, nothing definite. Nobody is staying forever together. No. So then say pair. Those 2 things we covered. So then we're gonna do another pair. As for the 3 aids for increase. Say pair to increase one's blessing at the time of meeting one's guru. So when you see teacher, it's kind of funny, but say pair, maybe mentally. Don't know. Say pair to increase one's blessing at the time of meeting one's guru, teacher. Say pair to increase virtuous action at the time of staying in retreat. So when you are in a retreat, increase the virtuous acts or activities, then say pair. And the reason is, actually I didn't mention for those of you who were not in the previous session, pair is the union of entirety, or the union of sutra and tantra, union of the appearance and emptiness. So pair includes the entire teaching, Buddha's teachings, and the essence or condensation of the blessing. So we use that power. Then third of this point is say pair to increase merit at the time of making Torma and Ganachakra Tsok offering, like we did this morning. For some of you, we say pair to increase the merit, multiply. Then as for the 3 times for generating brilliance, so brilliance, clarity and luminosity, when among many others, say pair to strengthen the ripa, like putting on iron fortification. So say pair, string. So when you're resting, when you say the pair, then we separate your consciousness from all the body, right? And then the pair, strong, then rest in nipa. then strengthen. Then again started to kind of fade away or distract. Then pet. Then again rest in that ripa. Then again kind of, so strengthen the ripa. That's one thing. Then say pet to overcome those who are harmful. So if you meet or you encounter the people or beings who are harmful, then just pet, say that. That's second. Say pet to overcome the three realms and generate brilliance. So would you like to do one of those? Perhaps maybe strengthen the ripa, pet. But then for that, you have to be able to rest in ripa. But to the best of your ability, rest your awareness, rest in pure awareness without any distraction. Let's do that then. Pet! 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 Did you notice that the brightness, brilliance, like a clarity, like a flash of light, clarity of your awareness when you say pet, rest. So this week, how about you practice that yourself, then see how that affects in your subtle body and awareness. Maybe awareness, you might feel more clarity and brilliance. Okay? All right, so that's just a little homework and experiment. Just like a laboratory, without any expectation. That's the key, We said, or this kind of description, scriptural text say this, but then see if that's my experience or not. So each of us has a different experience may have. So that's that. So just see, bring lots of curiosities and then love and acceptance and no judgmental attitude. Yeah, okay.